Tyrion, Cersei, bunch of other Lannisters and crew standing right there on that beach where kayaks are. And they were waving off to Marcella leaving. Our Cersei, of course, was not very happy that her daughter was leaving so far away. And they used this area again for almost the same reason in season 6. Marcella's comeback from the Dubrovnik. You remember that one? That was a very sad scene. I do not want to spoil it for one of you who didn't watch season 6. But most of the characters die anyway in the show, and it really wasn't that important. So it's not a big spoiler, I'm gonna do it. This was a very sad scene because Jaime was returning Marcella back home to her mom. Cersei was waiting for them again on that beach under those trees. But it was a sad scene because Marcella unfortunately was not alive on that point. But there is something funny about it because I do not want to make you sad. When you have a scene that is filmed in 2 parts, you can easily film it in 2 different parts of the world also. So Cersei was waiting for them up there, again being all sad and mad and upset. But Jaime was actually paddling the boat in Belfast in studio, in Ireland. Never in Croatia, never in Dubrovnik for that scene. Now, hopefully I do not have to tell you how acting is a great skill. You all know that. What Lena Headey did for the show, she did an amazing job. We will talk a little bit more about Lena on our Walk of Shame scene. But just imagine giving those emotions the way that she did to nothing in front of her. This time, if you watch that scene, you will admire it a lot more now that you know the whole background story. So good job, Cersei. And another thing in this area, this pier right here, pier was almost attached to Sansa. Always very sad, very nostalgic scenes. She was always standing at the end of the pier looking at the boats leaving, wishing that she's on them. She was trying to escape King's Landing. She wasn't really happy. And in one of those scenes, we had again our sleepy Littlefinger, so Peter Baelish, another one from Ireland, joining Sansa, this time trying to manipulate Sansa. He was giving her the talk about how she should trust him. He's gonna bring her safely back home. He's a big friend of her and her mom's and all of that. Really sleazy character, but really smart also. And please, if you look at these pictures, you will see that everything is almost exactly the same. Look at the pier. Look at the shape of the rock right here at the end of the pier. The only thing that is different in this scene, the red keep. The red keep is now on the walls. It is not on the fort up there anymore. So they moved the red keep second time. At the end of the scene, we had a really beautiful Shae telling Sansa something very important, very short but very smart. She tells to her, you shouldn't trust anybody in King's Landing. Very short, but it sums up the whole story about the city in general. Shae was a very smart girl for the role that she was playing, actually. And this is another thing that King's Landing and Dubrovnik have in common. Because if you ask the rest of Croatia, they are not really big fans of people from Dubrovnik. They would tell you the same thing. You shouldn't trust anybody in Dubrovnik. They really would if you ask anybody in the rest of the country. And I am not from here, so do not worry. You are safe with me today. The last thing in this area, those green doors right there. Interesting area, but storage rooms in real life. No big story behind them. But they were used in the show briefly, but for a very violent scene. This one was a little bit too much for me. Baby killing scene. Can you remember that? When Cersei ordered that all the bastards from Baratheon, from Robert, should be murdered, so that Joffrey is the only one who has the right to the throne. So they were gathering cute little babies and kids everywhere around our old town, around King's Landing. And some of those kids, they were drowning them right here in front of these doors. I can show you the picture, but unfortunately this one is really bad because I had to screenshot this one, and it was dark in general, so it's not top quality. So a very violent scene right here in front of these doors. And for this one, they actually used local kids. They did. Who can drown better in their own sea than the locals can, right? They actually had a lot of fun. It wasn't that bad. They all know how to swim. Local kids from this area. They were pretending here a little bit. They got paid and they were in the show. So fun times for the local kids from this area here, Pila area. And please remember this whole area again, not just because of these scenes, because you will actually see it again in season 8. In the beginning of the show, when they started coming here, they would spend a lot of time here. Sometimes 1 month, 2 months. By the end of the show, they started spending less and less time here. They would use previous shots that they already did when they were here seasons before. They filmed a lot of scenes in Belfast in studio, and they also filmed some parts of King's Landing in Granada and Sevilla in Spain. For season 8, we had them here very shortly, unfortunately, this winter. for about 1 week, but we had a really huge character coming here for the first time. Can you guess this one? Exactly. Well, right from the first. I cannot believe this. Usually it takes some time. I usually have to tell everybody it was very important for all the ladies, and then everybody says Jon Snow. We had Jon Snow here, unfortunately, very shortly. We have no idea what they were doing. They were really secretive about that. They didn't use almost no extras. We couldn't even know where they will actually film. But few pictures that we have from paparazzi of Jon Snow, he was standing right here. So we definitely know that they were filming something here. But what's gonna happen, we have to wait until 2019, April. They are torturing us. They became really good at torturing after doing the whole show. Now they have all that experience in the world. And the last guessing game, I promise. I like to play these ones. You never know. Do not feel bad if you cannot really. I completely understand. This is a very overwhelming show. But can you guess why was Jon Snow here in the winter? This was the first time that they were here in the winter time. This one really couldn't be any easier. You even have the key word in the question. Winter is coming in the show, so they couldn't film on sunny days, on sunny weather that we have here now. And that is why before they would always come here in the summertime. Because if you can remember, King's Landing in the show always had really sunny days, always very nice weather. Last point out thing from this area. Can you see that island there, far away between the walls and between this rock? That island is called Lockwood. Has anybody been there?
No.
Okay, this time seriously, if you're staying more than 1 day in Dubrovnik, go and visit Island Lockwood. This is one of the most beautiful things that we have in this area. It is not a residential island, just a lot of beautiful botanical gardens, beaches, peacocks and bunnies walking everywhere around the island. So a really cute place, very nice for a getaway in the middle of the afternoon from the crowd in the city. And that area also used in the show. After everything that I told you, botanical gardens, peacocks, bunnies, a lot of colors everywhere. Can you remember a land that was really beautiful in the show also? It was really easy on the eye after a lot of dark scenes, a lot of trouble in the desert. And do not say Dorn, I'm gonna stop you right away. Dorn was also very beautiful, but there was another one. Kart.
Kart.
Welcome to Kart. If you can remember how beautiful Kart was in the show, that is how beautiful Island is in real life. Kart was a land where Khaleesi saved herself and all the Dothrakis after the big trip in the desert. It was a very wealthy land with a lot of kings. She was trying to get ships from them and money so that she can continue to King's Landing. Yes, so we had our dear Khaleesi filming on Island Lockroom. She didn't spend a lot of time in Dubrovnik. She mostly filmed in a city called Split. If you go to Split, you can see the dungeon with the baby dragons and some other really cool stuff. She filmed on Island Lockroom as part of Kart. This was the moment before she realized that the dragons were stolen. And after she realized that, she ran away trying to find them to the House of the Undying. It was a big round building. She was running in circle and circle. Can you remember that one? Okay, on our next stop, I will point out the House of the Undying. And let's move you to some shade. Sorry for the torture.
So this is Blackwater Port. And we keep on the Game of Thrones tour.